Hi, and welcome to Entrepreneur Masterclass. I'm your host, Leah Woodford, and with me today is Ann Carden, a business professional. Ann, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Leah. It is such a pleasure to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here because let's face it, in today's busy world, how do business professionals stand out? And let's just face it, it's an oversaturated web, and we're all actually kind of competing for the same consumers. How do we cut through all that?
Well, I love that you're asking this because it's obviously what I do with people. I really want to help them cut through the noise but play at a higher level. So I help people that want to get into really the top 10% in their niche, their market, their industry, and stand out. And that means they have to look different. They have to look like they're in a category of one. And I love to help them get those premium opportunities, those high caliber clients, bigger opportunities, just doing what other people will not do. I like to say there's the shark infested waters and then there's the blue ocean. I want to help them to be in the blue ocean.
So high caliber clients, can you tell our viewing audience what that is?
Yes, so we're talking about clients that are paying you multiple 5, multiple 6 figures, for your services. So we're really talking about, $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 clients. It could be $50,000. But what I really help people do is when they build this premium business, they get to scale and grow their business beyond that $1 million, but with a handful of clients. So it's not playing a volume game. It's really working high touch, with those bigger and better clients, and that could be in the corporate sector, the business sector, or even just affluent clients.
So, Ann, can you tell our viewing audience what's one thing that they can do in their business right now that's going to change things for them?
Yes, really figure out who that better market is for you. So you don't necessarily always have to change markets, but think about who is in the top 10% or 15% of your industry that maybe you're already working in, and how can you set yourself up as a premium business or a premium professional for those particular clients. They want different things, they expect different things, and so when you figure out what are the things that they need or what are the problems that you solve for them, and you position yourself in the market for those people, you can attract and get those higher end clients.
You know, you just said something really important. Attract versus chase is what's going on in my mind right now. So you attract clients versus chasing them. Can we unpack that a little bit?
I would love to unpack that because I always say you want your competition chasing you. You do not want to be chasing your competition. And when you stand out in a category of one, I love to use a visual of just imagine this field of yellow flowers. Every flower is yellow except there's one red rose right in the center. Well, that stands out. And if you can do that with your business, if you can differentiate yourself and you can set yourself up as completely different from everyone else, you'll have no competition.
Now, Ann, I know from the time we're children, we just want to fit in. You know, we come from that. We want to be in the clique.
Yes.
We want to fit in. We don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves.
Right.
How do we get over that?
I think there is a little bit of a mindset shift there. It really comes down to what is your vision. And when you are at a premium level, think about, I love to use the metaphor of a brain surgeon versus a family physician. Mm-hmm. So if you think about a brain surgeon, you are not going to go price shopping for a brain surgeon, right? You are going to expect to pay them more. You're going to expect that they are world-class, that they know what they're doing, that they're better than everyone else. Mm-hmm. And when you think about a family physician, they're kind of a dime a dozen. No, not any disrespect to family physicians. We need them, right? But they're two different types of professionals. And so this is exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about setting yourself apart. But I understand what you're saying about people want to, they want to kind of be in the mainstream. And a lot of people are very comfortable there, but that isn't where the real opportunity is, especially if you're an expert.
You know, you bring up an excellent point. How much, I realize there's going to be a little bit more work up front, but how much easier is it to attain good clients if you position yourself as an expert?
Oh, it's so much easier. First of all, you get a much more committed client. You get clients that are, in most cases, they're doing bigger things. They have very different mindsets, so they already come with a mindset of wanting to be better, wanting to do things at a higher level. So all of those things are very important. You really will find that they are easier to work with, they will stay longer, and they value so much what you can offer them. They're not out there looking for the next free thing or looking for the cheapest thing. They're looking for the best. And when you can set yourself up as the best and you can really play at that higher level, it's just a game changer. For me, and even for my clients, it's made my business so much more enjoyable. And it has for my clients as well.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, I understand we have a book here by Anne. This is Expert in You. And first of all, I love the title. What inspired you to write the title?
There's a story there.
I figured there might be.
So when I first came into the coaching and consulting space after building 5 previous businesses and selling them.
Did she say 5? You said 5.
I did. So yes, I started and sold 5 businesses, and that is the thing that made me want to become a business coach and really help people in business. But what I found is that a lot of the strategies, because coming into the coaching world was a very different business from what I had done previously, and there were some things that I needed to learn and know about building the business, not really what I was doing, but building the business. And I fell into a lot of the strategies that are taught out there in the coaching industry, and they didn't serve me. And I found that I was working with the wrong clients. I wasn't able to charge enough. A lot of the pricing strategies didn't work. And more than anything, I was very frustrated with the business because I didn't feel like I was getting to use all of my expertise with these clients, and I did not feel fulfilled as a coach. So I took a step back and I said, what is wrong here? And the one thing that I've always done in all of my businesses, Leah, has been play in a premium market. I've always had premium services. I have used that strategy. Yes, I've used that strategy in every one of my businesses, even when it wasn't a thing. And that served me well. So when I took a step back, I said, I want to be able to pull the expertise out of people. I saw a lot of coaches that were buying into programs and they weren't experts at that thing. For example, business people trying to become a business coach, but they had never owned a business. And so they couldn't build the business, and they would come to me and say, how are you doing this? And I said, what was your expertise? And they would tell me, and I said, why are you not building your business around that? And that's really how I came into that. So when I took a step back, I said, I want to help people be able to use their expertise, their experience, their knowledge, their skills, and really build it into something.
Okay, now I have a question for you.
Yes.
It feels like business coaches are just like realtors. They're all over the place. And you just made an important point, Anne. Let's face it, so many of them have never built a business. So why are they presenting themselves as business coaches? I just always wanted to ask that question.
Exactly. No, it's a good question, Leah, and I wish I had the answer. Well, so they buy into something, they learn how to do it, and all of a sudden they're a business coach because maybe they're helping people in their business with that thing that they've learned.
That widget.
That widget. I want sort of the one-trick pony model a little bit. And not to be disrespectful, they have become really skilled at that. But the problem with that is it is very shallow. And so if someone comes to them and it doesn't necessarily, that cookie cutter thing does not necessarily fit that person ends up underselling themselves. They end up undervaluing what it is they do. And these are the people that I work with. When I see people only selling one thing and they have this whole suite they've got 30 years of experience in something, and they're selling themselves one way, one little piece, they're leaving all of this money on the table. They're leaving their biggest opportunities on the table. And I like to help them pull everything into what they do and package, market, and sell that and build a really premium high-end business. And you're more valuable in the market when you can do more than one thing. I mean, that's just the reality.
Well, and don't you think, and I'm just gonna share this with our audience, and I'd like for you to address them, because let's face it, technology is changing everything. It's a game changer. And as technology changes, the consumer changes. How have you seen that in your business and in your clients' business?
Well, when I first started in coaching and consulting, everything I did getting all of my clients was through networking, speaking on stages, speaking right to them, and I did a lot of that. And then when I came online, it was a whole different ball game. But here's the thing, getting out of just my local market opened up an incredible opportunity for me, and I started working with clients all over the world. And statistics actually show that you will make 30 to 50% more if you get out of your local market as a professional, as a coach, as a consultant. I have found that to be so much higher. It's exponential. And so technology has helped that, because when I was building businesses, many of those before I came online, I was doing the old-fashioned way, running ads in newspapers and print and magazines.
I remember those days.
Networking, yes, getting out and doing charity events and all of those things. And technology has changed the game. I mean, what an opportunity.
But don't you think it's also changed the consumer? The consumer is much more savvy, so you have to have a great game, right?
Yes, 100%. And that's the thing that you have to know as well. And one of the things I love about a premium model is these people are savvy, but it's also an opportunity for you to be seen as the expert like you've never been able to be seen as the expert before. So even though consumers are smarter, they still need help. They still need that hands-on, high-touch support. And it's just really been a game changer in business.
Well, Anne, don't you think if you have let's say a much more upscale business and you have premium clients, don't you think you're going to have less of those, let's just say, demanding clients?
100%. They are so much easier to work with. They are, again, they just value what they're learning and getting so much more. They're just in a very different mindset and even in a very different place successfully. One of the things I love about a premium model, and I know, Leah, you believe this too.
Yes, I do.
Because I built premium businesses or I had premium services, I was not affected by the economy the same way. I mean, I've been through Y2K, 9/11, 2008 recession.
You're dating us, Anne.
I'm telling you, I know, COVID, all of these things. And because I had a premium business in 2008, when that recession hit, I expanded and opened 3 more businesses, and everyone else around me was shutting down. And that was a bold move to make in a recession, but it was a game changer. I was able to sell all of those later, and it changed our lives financially. But it's because I had the doctors, the lawyers, the people that had success as my clients and the people in my businesses, my customers.
Well, you said something that is so profound. Let's face it, everybody's talking about the economy right now. It's all over the news. But that's so important to recession-proof your business. I can't think of a better way to do it than to have a premium business, because let's face it, the rich people are always going to be rich.
Always. It's not going to go away. Yes.
But how can people find out about you, Anne? Can you tell our viewing audience how they can reach out to you and maybe hop on a call? Maybe you can help them with their business.
Absolutely. I would love to. Thank you for asking. So if you want to book a call, you can book a call at acarden.com, but you can go to my website. I have a lot of free resources. I'm all over social media.
You have an amazing podcast too.
Yes, I do have. We're in the top 10%.
I'm
know. Really proud of our Expert in You podcast, and I interview amazing people, and there's so much value there, and we're really working to get that up to the top 1%. So thank you for sharing that.
Well,
Yes.
truth be known, that's actually how we met.
It is.
Anne asked me to be on her podcast, so I can tell you it's an amazing podcast. But as a business owner, if you need an expert, Anne is amazing, and she's sold 5 businesses. Let's just face it, most people go out of business with their first business, and then they go back to working for somebody else. They're building somebody else's dream. So what you do, Anne, is so, so important. Before we leave today, can you give our viewing audience just one tip that they can do right now that's going to change their business?
Yes. Take a look at your expertise, what you are selling, and look at your opportunity there, especially if you have been in business for a long time. I love also experts like people that have built businesses that have been successful. You are in an amazing space to go and help other people build a legacy and actually start coaching or consulting or building new income streams from your expertise. And those are all things I help people do. I've worked with doctors, lawyers, business owners that want to get into this space. And I believe that our knowledge, our experience, and our skill set should not go away with us, or even if you decide to exit your business, this can be your next step. And it is so powerful, helpful, impactful, and lucrative.
Well, one of the things that I really love about Anne is she's walked her talk. As a fellow business owner, it's nice to work with somebody who actually walks their talk, has had a business, because so many business coaches haven't. It's all theory.
It is a very different, what impact in someone's business when you're working with someone who has years of experience. And also, Leah, I have coached in over 80 different industries.
Oh my.
Hundreds and hundreds of people in all facets, and I've been on social media for years. So speaking, workshops, social media, I have impacted hundreds of thousands of people and been teaching what I know and what I love, and I'm so passionate about it because I want people to be successful. I believe if we've been called to business and entrepreneurship, we've been called to bigger things. We have an impact to make.
Oh, Anne, thank you so much for being on the show. Will you come back?
Of course I will. I love you, Leah. You know that.
This has been Leah Whitford with Entrepreneur Masterclass. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.